Hi, I'm Luna. I come here every day to share a gentle little story with you. If you enjoy quiet stories like this, feel free to subscribe and listen along whenever you need a soft moment. Tonight's story is called The Moonlight Post Office at the End of the Lane. At the very end of a narrow lane, just past where the last streetlight gave up and the houses turned into soft shadows, there was a small red postbox built into a brick wall. In the daytime it looked forgotten, its paint faded and chipped. Delivery trucks rolled past it, kids on bikes never looked twice. But on clear nights when the moon was bright, the old postbox glowed ever so faintly, as if a drop of moonlight had slipped inside and decided to stay. One spring evening, a girl named Mia walked down that lane a little slower than usual. Her backpack felt heavy, and her thoughts felt even heavier. She had smiled and said, "I'm fine," 3 times that day, and each time the words felt a little less true. When she reached the end of the lane, she noticed it at once. The postbox was glowing, a soft silver light spilling from the mail slot like a secret. Mia stepped closer. Above the slot, where the paint had worn away, new words shimmered into view, as if written by invisible chalk. They read, "Moonlight Post Office, for letters you don't know where to send." A small drawer slid open at the side, revealing pale blue envelopes and a fountain pen that smelled faintly of rain. "Good evening," said a quiet voice from the postbox. "You look like someone carrying too many unsent letters inside. If you'd like, you can leave some here tonight." Mia hesitated, then sat on the low stone step by the wall. On one envelope she wrote, "To the part of me that keeps pretending everything is fine." The pen moved more easily than she expected. She wrote about group projects where she did most of the work, messages she left unread so people wouldn't see she was awake too late, and the way she always said, "It's okay," even when it wasn't. As the ink flowed onto the page, some of the tightness in her chest slowly loosened. When she slipped the letter into the glowing slot, the postbox shivered softly. A moment later, a reply envelope fell out of a second slot below. On the front it said, "From your quiet heart." Inside, in looping handwriting that looked nothing like hers, were simple words, "You are allowed to be honest. You don't have to make everything easy for everyone all the time. Some people would carry things with you, if you let them." Mia read the note twice, then folded it carefully and tucked it into her pocket. She stayed long enough to write one more letter, to a friend she missed but didn't know how to talk to anymore, and one to her future self, asking for kindness on hard days. The Moonlight Post Office accepted them all without a sound. No one told her exactly what to do next. But as she walked home, the streetlights felt less lonely, and the night air felt wider around her worries. She knew tomorrow might still be difficult, yet she also knew there was a little post office at the end of the lane that would listen whenever her thoughts grew too heavy to carry alone. And that's the end of today's story. I'm Luna, thank you so much for listening. If this story kept you company, please consider subscribing, sharing it with a friend, or leaving your thoughts in the comments below.